So I've come to speak to an old friend, Joe Courtney, at his new pub, the Bull's Head in Pratt's Bottom. Let's go and speak to him. Joe Courtney, thank you for coming on PCTV.
No problem, mate. Yeah, it's good to see you.
How have you been?
Yeah, I've been good. Obviously, same as everyone else for lockdown. Just adapting to the strange times, but yeah, it's been good.
So you've invited us into your new, beautiful pub, the Bull's Head in Pratt's Bottom.
Yeah, we took over this in January, done a full refurbishment, reopened on the 7th of February, and then obviously lockdown. Well, people were told to avoid pubs from the 13th. We was okay, but obviously we was a bit putting precautions in place to make sure people were safe. And then lockdown happened, so it all just came to a stop. And then yeah, there wasn't much else we could do through lockdown. We was contemplating with doing the takeaways and things like that, and we saw other venues doing takeaways and it wasn't working and spilling out onto the road, and it wasn't safe for the customer. It wasn't nice for the residents of that area either, so we decided against it and we rebuilt the back garden, 2 decking areas out there, and yeah, we just went again and we've reopened, and it's been pretty successful. The first 2 weeks people are safe, and yeah, the customers coming in, so
fantastic.
It's been good.
And you also have the Summerfield.
Yeah, the Summerfield down in Lee, that's more of a wet-led pub. Traditional, we have plenty of families coming in there, and 3 generations of families coming in there, you know, so that's been really good for us. And that pub is particularly close to my heart. My dad goes in there and he has been for sort of years, so worked in there as a kid one New Year's Eve, and always had a dream of owning a pub at some stage after the sort of club nights and everything come to a stop. There was always going to be an age where I couldn't do that anymore, and yeah, I'm really enjoying having both venues at the moment. Yeah.
I hope you don't mind me saying this, but you're one of the most well-known people in London hospitality, in my opinion. I mean, you're well known as being a great club promoter. You've got the Luxury Brunch, 2 pubs, sorry, and also your latest project, Soultown. I mean, wow, what a story that is. Yeah,
that's been great. I mean, the Luxury Brunch Club, I've got a great partner in that, Jay Sexton, and yeah, Soultown, what a great project that is. That's my business partner, and I've started that, Lucy Bateman. Mm-hmm. I knew her from school actually, and I saw that she was doing a few things around outdoor events, and I had this kind of idea in my head of wanting to do something. So I heard great things about Lucy and her honesty and integrity, so I went into business with her, and we came up with this name and idea, and in our heads it was just this small local festival that we was going to be going for, and after year 1 it fast grew into something different. Our 5-year plan and our goals had changed into becoming a small festival into one of the UK's biggest soul Motown festivals, and it is starting to go that way until obviously lockdown came about. But even with the brand, we've been doing some great stuff during lockdown. It all started with how can we use our platform to give back in such a way that would be good for everyone that's in this industry, and the NHS and stuff like that. And we started with NHS hampers, and that fast grew. Me, Rob and Lucy was meeting every week for sort of meetings and saying, how can we develop this into something more that we can bring entertainment involved and include the music. We've done our NHS hampers, but how can we let the music get involved in this project? Yeah. And that's when we came up with the live streams. So every 2 weeks we was doing a live stream, sending it out to people. It was all free of charge. It was an expense to the company. And then again, another meeting 2 weeks later, and we came up with these doorstep sessions, and emotional. It was a great thing. Yeah, a really great thing to do. We was basically put a message out there saying that if anyone was in need, or they had a wedding that was cancelled, or anyone that was going through sort of cancer treatment or anything like that, we would come and bring the bus, provide the singer, sing 3 songs on their doorstep, socially distancing. And yeah, it was a really, really good fun project. And it seemed that wasn't our intention to develop the brand in any way, shape or form. It was just to give back. But it seems to have developed the brand. And we didn't think a brand could grow during lockdown, but it just shows you that if people adapt and use their initiative, then there is some growth in a company during lockdown, which we've done.
I mean, we all saw the news recently, which, you know, must have been very hard for you to put the message out there about Soultown not happening this year.
Yes, it was really sad actually. after all that we'd done, we was given a glimmer of hope, shall we say, and Boris Johnson announced that outdoor events can go ahead, and the local authorities rang us and said, I suppose you're going ahead now, would you like to submit a COVID plan? And we was dubious at first, but then we thought, hold on a minute, and we had another one of our meetings where we bounced ideas, and we had the idea that we could picnic bench the whole field and reduce the capacity by 8,500 to 5,500 and still go ahead with this. We put it out there on social media. We had great feedback from our customers and our loyal followers, and started making the plans again. Unfortunately, put tickets on sale. Through the whole of lockdown, we didn't push one ticket sale. I don't know if you noticed, because you do sort of congratulate us on our social media sometimes. And we didn't sell one ticket through lockdown, or we didn't push for ticket sales. But when we announced that we were going ahead, we sold a hell of a lot more tickets. And then the local authorities came to us and pretty much said that if we don't pull the plug, they will. So we've postponed it now to 2021. We're going to come with a bigger lineup. There's plenty of incentives for people to keep their tickets. We're doing a live stream on the day, chance to win some drinks vouchers, and yeah, we're just hoping that people roll their tickets over to help the survival of the festival. You know, we've done all the great stuff we've done through lockdown. I hope they see that we're doing good for the community as well. So hopefully people will support us.
So Joe, putting on a festival has always been a dream of mine. I mean, you've got to be really ballsy to do it. There's a lot of investment. Tell me about the challenges you faced.
There's plenty of challenges, new challenges every time we make plans, and we was going for the third one this year, and there's new challenges that come up every time. I don't think until you're into sort of year 4 and 5, it's going to run plain sailing. I mean, the first one for us, we sat down after the end of the day, me and Lucy, and we was shattered, but Lucy's great with logging stuff and telling us what's fresh on our mind. So we sat down after the festival, asked everyone to leave the office, and me and Lucy sat there and just discussed what we thought went right, what we thought went wrong, where we can improve, and the changes that we're going to make next year. Even stuff to like the amount of fencing that we had, the amount of toilets. We was writing how many we wanted for next year on the evening of the breakdown of that festival. So there's new stuff each year, and obviously the biggest challenge for us so far is COVID. I don't think it can get much harder than that. No. But we've been on sites before where it's been a day before the festival, and an insurance company has said to me, your biggest challenge and your biggest nightmare would be day before the festival, you're putting your tents up and a peg goes through a mains and water comes, and that actually happened year 1. So it went through a main by the garden party tent the day before we was meant to open. Panic stations, and it wasn't, we kept a cool head and we got through it. They came out, Thames Water fixed it, turf went over and we opened. But obviously when an insurance company is telling you something like that and it happens, you have to start thinking of ways you're going to deal with it. And
I remember that first event, and it was a rainy day, wasn't it, that first one?
Yeah.
I felt so sorry for you. Anyone putting on an outdoor event, the one thing you hope is like a wedding day, isn't it? Yeah. That you're going to have good weather.
It poured down.
And it poured down.
From 10 till 10.
Yeah. But then the year after, it was fantastic, wasn't it?
Yeah, bright sunshine. And it's, I mean, you say it's everyone's nightmare for it to be raining. We actually had people on the day saying, where's the rain? We loved it when it rained last year. We got our sort of wellies on. And because I think part of being at a festival is the mud and the wellies. And if you're a first festival goer, which some of our older clientele was, because being in our demographic's kind of an older demographic, being in the soul of Motown, and they was like, oh, we wanted to get our wellies on and stuff like that. So no, I think people enjoy it whatever the weather, but yeah, for me, sunshine really made it. The revenue was great for the sunshine, drink sales, and everyone had a great time.
I think half of that was mine.
Yeah, most of it was yours, I think.
Let's talk about Sultan for next year then. So what can customers expect? What sort of experience do they have?
So next year is going to be our biggest year yet. I think it was always going to be this year, but the 4th year wasn't going to be as big as what we are going to do year 4, purely because we want to give back to the loyal customers that have rolled their tickets over until next year. And we're keeping the same lineup, but we're going to add another main headliner. We're going to add a couple of semi-headliners, and we've got the garden party, which is going to get even bigger. That's bringing all things sort of club classics, bit of soulful house, and we're going to put more performances in there. So we're going to have more of a lineup in the garden party. And yes, it's going to be a great show. And then obviously we're going to try and look to extend it even more. But we want to keep it a manageable number. We don't want it to become sort of too mainstream. We want it to have that sort of family, personal feel, so that people keep coming back.
I was going to speak to you about it actually. I would love to bring PCTV to do the backstage and do a collaboration, interviewing some of the acts, some of your guests, and you know, I think it'd be a great collaboration. As I know most of the people that will come there as well, I think it'd be great.
Yeah, no, it would be good. Yeah, and we would always be open for sort of media companies and podcasts and interviews to come backstage. So yeah, we'd love you to come.
You always amaze me how many projects that you are doing, Joe. Are you going to be expanding any more?
Yeah, we're definitely looking to do more stuff. I do want to have a pub company one day that has sort of a nice umbrella of pubs, but not too many, just a manageable amount. With Soultown, we are looking into the future about taking our own venue on, myself and Lucy doing one together, and making it kind of that soul street food kind of concept. Yeah. So it will come under the Soultown umbrella, but have a completely different name, and we're looking at doing some pop-up socially distanced brunches and things like that, just to keep the brand alive and to give something back to the customer that have rolled their tickets over, so they can experience Soultown a bit this year. So it would be a shame we lost our Ibiza date as well, which was a bit of a nightmare. But yeah, and we've got Abu Dhabi, the Formula One, at the end of the year.
Wow, what are you doing for that?
So in December we've teamed up with Unique Grand Prix.
Okay.
And he's got a fantastic boat right by the racetrack. It's all inclusive, food and drinks, and your ticket for the Formula One. And we're doing a 2-day Soultown weekender there. So.
Oh, fantastic! We'll share that on the show after this. Of
course.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, great.
So, once again, congratulations on all the good work you're doing, and keep it going. And a bigger congratulations for Mrs. Courtney. She's about to have the 3rd child. Yeah,
baby number 3 is due in 3 weeks.
Fantastic.
So we're growing the Courtney family as well, as well as the businesses.
Amazing, what an empire. Joe, thank you so much for coming on PCTV.
No, thanks a lot.
Absolute pleasure speaking to you.
You too.
And I'll bring the wife here for a Sunday lunch.
Definitely, mate. You're more than welcome anytime.
Thanks, mate.
Liam, thanks a lot.
Cheers.
Cheers.